What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Talks with Chepe. In studio today, we have Dylan Brown, the great and talented musician. Some of you may know him from Vanilla Coast. Others may know him as Dylan Brown with a 3 instead of a B. Today, we pretty much talk about everything. Nothing is off topic, so let's get started. Dylan, it's always great to have you here. Here in studio. Just to give everyone a heads up, bear with us if you hear some noise. It's a little rough, unfortunately, because of this stupid storm Isaias. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Weird ass names they be giving. I'm doing everything on my phone, going old school. So I did not want to leave the fans without an episode. I had to commit. I'm doing this for you. So just bear with me. And I promise you, if you stay till the end, you'll love this episode. But Dylan, good to have you here, buddy.
Mr. Don Chepe himself. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, man. It's been a while since you've been back in the New York side. I know, for all you who don't know, Dylan Brown is a musician, very talented. You can find his stuff on Spotify under Dylan Brown with a B instead of a 3. He used to be in a band called Vanilla Coast, which they did a lot of stuff out in the west coast of the United States. I know he toured for a bit, played at the famous Whiskey A Go-Go. Actually went out there, saw him perform. Great stuff. I mean, I showed up kind of late, but that's a story we can talk about a little bit later. But yeah, Dylan, it's good to have you, man.
I know. Thank you for having me once again. Dude, Don Chepe, bro. How you feeling, bro? How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. And I know we had a little talk before we recorded, and it's a little bit different with the pandemic going on. But like I was telling you, mentally and everything, if it wasn't for that pandemic, I think I wouldn't be here doing this with everybody. But how you been holding up? I know you were in the city for a bit, and now you're out back on the island.
Yeah, no, I was living in the city for up until probably like a year, and then all this stuff happened. So came back out. My family's on the island, so went to go see them, hang out. See, the one thing that we were talking about before is that, like, this pandemic thing, obviously it's a crazy situation, very tragic for a lot of people. But on the positive side of it, I mean, I know there's not a lot of positives, but the silver lining of it is that a lot of people are having the opportunity to have a lot of time to themselves, like reflect. There was no sports on, there was nothing to distract. So it gave a lot of people a chance to look inside and figure out what the fuck they're doing with their lives.
Yeah, man. Like I was telling you, obviously, I was saying, I feel bad for everyone who lost a loved one.
Yeah,
my heart goes out to them. But it's been a real eye-opening. Mentally for me, I was able to do things I've been putting off for a long time. Financially, I've been doing good. I mean, I'm a salesman and I sell masks and fucking sanitizers. Believe it or not, there's money. If you didn't know, you can make money off of that right now. But yeah, man, it's been going good, man.
No, I'm happy to hear that, bro. Same for me. I mean, I've just been enjoying time with my family. Staying busy with music. I reconnected with a couple people I did make music with before. I'm working with a project called Saucy Blue at the moment. I have my own stuff out and about, like you said. Dylan Brown with a 3 instead of a B on all streaming platforms, Just recently, reconnected with a friend of mine. We're under the name Saucy Blue. We just put out a couple singles over the past 2 weeks. Just keeping busy, man. That's the one thing. Trying to get better every day and keep busy, bro. Keep growing, keep evolving. You already know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I can attest to, I've actually known Dylan for a while now, and funny story, I was actually there when he made his first fucking song.
Yeah, yes you were, bro. That's like 10 years ago?
Yeah, this is going back 10, 12 years now, I think.
Yeah,
in between some of that, it was actually titled Home. Dylan used to be a fucking Papa John's delivery guy.
Yep.
And we were coming home, and he picked me up. He was like, yo, bro, I got a new fucking song. You want to listen to it? And I listened to it, and the rest is fucking history.
I know.
And now, I'm telling you, everyone go out there and listen to his stuff. It's fucking great. If you're into, that cool, vibe and shit.
Yeah.
Smoke a dope
by the water. Take your girl. Turn on some Dylan Brown with a 3 instead of a B. Put on some Saucy Blue. Get saucy. Have a good time. And vibe out, dude. Because it's all about the vibes,
His music will give you some good vibes. He's actually telling me a story about I don't know if we want to touch on it, about a date he just went on.
Oh.
Do you want to tell the people how that went?
What are you referring to, Don Chepe?
Obviously, you don't have to. It's all right.
No, we can talk about it, bro. We talk about everything and anything on this fucking podcast. You already know. You already know the fucking vibes. No, met this beautiful, very talented woman. And we're actually, look, things got a little romantic, but I don't know if I want to pursue it like that, you know, because she's a really great singer. And we've been collaborating as well. And you know what happens when you mix feelings with business. It's no good, you know. But out of respect for her, I don't know.
I mean, that's as much of a touch on that part. But, yeah, man. Your music would definitely get you laid, I think.
But that's not the purpose.
That's not the purpose of this podcast.
Kids, that's not the purpose. Don't get into music to get laid. It will get you laid. But that shouldn't be the main reason.
But we'll keep this PG, so. But I know I made an episode about three weeks ago about conspiracies.
Ooh.
I know you're a big conspiracy guy.
I love conspiracies.
I was waiting for this episode to pick your brain or to get another viewpoint on it, because a lot of people think I'm crazy about thinking these things, but I don't think I'm so crazy. No. Like I talked about Jeffrey Epstein.
Ooh.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Very big.
I know this for I actually want to talk to you about it, because I think at one point, I don't know if you still are or not, you were a flat earther.
I was for a week, and then I was like, nah, fuck that shit.
And then I talked about aliens, which I also wanted to get your viewpoint on.
Aliens, okay. Let's see.
So which one do you want to start with?
Well, if we talk about flat earth, I'll just be debunking it the whole time. Aliens, different story. So you choose.
Well, flat earth, what do I mean? We all know the fucking earth is round. Like,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So let's start with aliens.
All right, so aliens, dude. I don't know. Do you think aliens built the pyramids?
I want to say they helped. I don't think they built them. I think that maybe inside the pyramids, because no one's been in them since they've been built, there is some sort of like alien technology or some shit that's been dug deep in there.
You know, it's crazy. I've read a bunch of stuff saying that the pyramids are actually a giant battery.
A battery for what?
Like back in the day, like I really believe that the people back in the day, like the ancient people, were as advanced, if not way more advanced than we are today in a lot of ways. And the battery, it was just a giant battery that powered lights, like gave them electricity, natural electricity and stuff like this. And I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I mean, that's a little hard take for me to believe. I'll give you that one. But no, I mean, I can see it. I'll give you this, though. I don't know if you've seen the pyramids out in my homeland in Guatemala, the Mayan temples. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on in there. There's actually been found radiation that comes out of there, but they don't know from where.
That's what I'm saying.
It just happens to be there. It's a radiation circle. So maybe, the aliens do exist around here somewhere.
You can look this up, bro. All the pyramids, which were built in and around the same time periods, all around the world. There's pyramids all around the world, bro. And if you look at ley lines, like latitude and longitude lines across Earth, like the globe, they line up across the world, bro. Like on the same lines. Very, very crazy.
Well, I know the 3 pyramids line up with the 3 stars, the Orion's Belt, yeah.
Pyramids, yeah.
Which, I mean, that's pretty dope.
That's insane, in and of itself, that they could even do that shit.
Yeah,
aliens may have been involved.
It's dope that they were able to do that. I don't even know how they could fucking do that. I can't even find a fucking loop for my own belt, let alone fucking Orion's belt.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think aliens will come visit us at some point?
I think they already did, and I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan lately, because I idolize Joe Rogan to a sense that he's like one of my podcast heroes, but I think he has a point where he's saying like the government's preparing us bit by bit to drop the bomb, like, yo, there's aliens here. Because think about it, like, you're going to keep some shit like that a secret for so long, and then out of nowhere, you're just dropping like, oh, we do have UFOs visit us. Oh, we did used to collect aircrafts. Like,
yeah. No, I totally agree. Like, if hypothetically speaking, because we don't know, okay, but if that was the truth of the matter, you would have to do it in a way where you soften the blow, or else people would lose their fucking minds, bro.
I think the world is ready for aliens now. Because, like, so. If you think about it, everything that we have going around us, like, I think we live in a simulation anyways, but we have fucking phones, we have everything like that. No, I want to hear your viewpoint on that now.
The simulation theory? In a lot of ways, yeah, we do. Maybe not in the ways of like literally the Matrix, but in its own ways. Instead of like ones and zeros, it's more like positive and negative electrons, and like you can really break everything down into atoms. Everything is made of atoms. So in a sense, everything is made of the same things, but the way we see it, it looks different.
No, yeah, 100% agree with you on that. And I actually did an episode on it too.
Really?
I talked about simulations, but you go listen to it. You can get more into the detail about the math of the show, why I think that. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I think we're gonna get to the point where we get aliens, dude. Like, there's gonna be like an alien, maybe like, imagine like you start seeing shit like fucking the Avengers now, where like you're like Chris Pratt and like fucking Gamora, and like you see that fucking walking around, bro.
Bunch of green, sexy ladies walking around.
Like at that point, like what do you do?
Interbreed, marry.
Do you play some not Vanilla Coast, but you play some Dylan Brown shit for Alone?
Oh, of course, man. And they'd fall in love. They would vibe out. They would take me with them. Back to the fucking moon or whatever.
To the moon. To the fucking moon.
To the
That's
moon.
why Elon Musk. What do you think about him?
I think Elon Musk is a visionary, man. He really is. Like, some of the stuff he talks about kind of scares me, with like the Neuralink stuff. He's talking about it on Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, I think the Neuralink is actually probably one of the... in my opinion, I feel like it's going to change the world. I'm actually excited for that.
Really? I don't know if I would get anything implanted in me.
Yeah, but you know what, though? This is my take on that. Because we already live such a controlled life. If you really think about it, everyone says you have your freedom, that you can do whatever you want. Yeah. But we're always bound to something, whether it's our cell phone, whether it's our jobs, whether it's our money. So we're already being controlled, even though we're not being controlled in a sense. So I figure if I can have something implanted in my brain that gives me access to another reality, or gives me access to the internet on command, and I can go do whatever I want, why not? Like, even if the government says, oh, I'm going to control you now, they already control me.
In a lot of ways, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But, I don't know, man. I'm a naturalist, you know, like, I'm a humanist. I believe in, like, I really believe we can make whatever we want out of our lives, especially now in this period of, like, point in time with the internet and this, that, and the third. We have so much available to us to create our own lives, like, create our own reality, like, at will. Like, look at you, you're starting a podcast, we're doing it on your phone, you know. It starts on the phone and then it grows into something even bigger. Same with music, like, you put it out on YouTube, Instagram, and then, you know, one day you're opening up for Post Malone at Madison Square Garden, like some shit like that. Like, things that weren't available 20 years ago, that were just on, like, left to luck, are now at your fingertips. And I don't know if a lot of people are on it, but I feel like some people don't really appreciate that we have supercomputers in our hand.
No, yeah, I say it all the time. This is the best time to be alive.
100%.
But here's my thing, though. Like you said, all these things that just happen out of nowhere. Like, I have professional equipment and stuff to record the podcast, but obviously because of the power, something I couldn't control, we don't have. I'm using my phone. Now, my question to you is, do you think that we actually have that free will, or we're bound to our own destinies, and no matter what we do, we're always headed in that direction?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. And you know what? I'm not dodging the question by saying both, but I really believe both. Like, there's elements of destiny. Like, obviously, Michael Jordan was destined to play basketball, but he didn't have to play basketball. That's his free will. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but see, I get that point of it. But when it's destiny, though, no matter what you do, it's always going to kick you back to that track.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that we can't change.
See, I've had instances of my life where I feel like I'm destined to play music for the rest of my life. Like, I really believe, like, my purpose here is to, you know, write songs, you know, perform, meet people, affect lives through the lyrics I sing to them, you know. And going to your point, which I 100% agree with, my free will I've used my free will to deviate from that, and sometimes, as everybody does, not believe in themselves and be like, you know, maybe I'll just settle for that 9 to 5, get that union job, get that money, whatever, or give it up for a girl. A lot of people do that, you know. And every time I've deviated in such a way, like, even if it's very minuscule, God, the universe, life has kicked me back on the path of what it is I believe I was put here to do. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. You ever watch the movie The Adjustment Bureau
Yes, I
with
actually
Matt
have.
Damon
Yeah.
and Emily Blunt? I love
Yeah.
that movie. I think it's kind of like that, where
You got
you
little
have
guys
it like
nudging it?
not like we're like guys are like nudging you and shit like that, but like you have a set plan, but you have a limited amount of free will
And choices to make.
and choices to make. But no matter what you do, it's gonna like kick you back into that thing.
Yeah. No, that's more or less what it is. It's like I don't know. It's an imperfect, perfect blend of both.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Life is beautiful, man. That's why, going back to what we were saying, I don't know if I'd want to be in virtual reality, bro. Because this life is, we don't even know what the fuck is real. What's really going on. And we're about to opt out and go virtual.
Yeah, but here's my counterpoint of that. Yeah, we have this reality, but why settle for one when I can have as many as I want?
That's true too.
Because if you think about it, we kind of do that virtual shit when we go into, like, when we sleep and we go into dreams.
That's a good point. But the craziest part is we don't even understand dreams. Like, we don't even understand what they are.
But who's to say that that dream? Because you ever have those dreams that they feel so real that you're like, you can't remember if it happened or not.
Oh, dude, I had the craziest dream like a couple nights ago. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
No, I haven't, and I don't want to experience that because I heard it's terrible.
I've never had it before until the other night. I was in a dream, which was very vivid, where I'm not going to bore you guys, but I was in the backyard of like a mansion, and we were chilling with girls, me and a friend of mine, and like a drone flew in, hit one of the girls in the head. I stepped on it with both feet. It picked me up into the air. I was flying the drone like a fucking hoverboard, fell off, and then I woke up, but I wasn't up. Like, I was where I was in my bed laying down, but I couldn't fucking move. And I heard like a voice from this, like, for listeners at home, my right side, and I look, and there's like this like rave looking dude with a bandana on, just fucking dancing with lights. And I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I tried to move and I couldn't move. And then I realized, I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking, I'm sleep paralyzed. I'm like in sleep paralysis. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna wake up now. And then I woke up, and
Yeah, see,
crazy,
like,
bro. It's like some Inception shit or something.
I've never had that, but like, this is where I think it could be a glitch in our system. Where what if my dream is me visiting my other reality, my alternate universe? Where, because they say, physicists say all the time that the universe is so ever expanding, and mathematically speaking, that this exact moment that me and you right now are recording can be happening in another parallel universe, but with power instead of not having power, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So who's to say that my dream now isn't me visiting that alternate thing? Because it's so real that you think that it happened, and you tell yourself, like, at least it's happened to me a couple of times where I'm just like, yo, did that really happen? Or it was like, I fucked up?
No, I completely understand what you're saying. But I believe, yeah, like, us as human beings, what sets us apart in a way is that just by our thoughts, it can dictate which reality we shift into. Where it's like there's a million different possibilities all spinning around us at once, and we're in the center of it. And whatever we focus on the most, like me focusing on being a musician, I'm going to integrate into that reality or bring in those opportunities into my life as I see it right now. You know what I mean? And eventually, instead of being, Dylan Brown from Long Island, whatever, I become Dylan Brown, who's the performer you're going to see tomorrow. You know what I mean? But depending on the thoughts and what you focus on, that's what you bring into your life. That's what I believe.
No, that makes sense. I get it. I agree with you on
Yeah,
that point. Yeah, no, it's a lot to take in, man. It's like,
Dude, we're going deep. We're deep diving, bro. Everything and anything.
we're
On
in
the
deep right
Chepe
now.
fucking podcast.
Listen, this is you're my second guest, and my first guest was amazing, and you're just as amazing. So I appreciate you making the time to come out.
And I'm honored that you would have me.
No, yeah, because like, I know that Long Island's a very big music scene. I know that people want to maybe start, music. I have a sister who's 16 and she loves music and she loves singing, but she doesn't know what it really is like. And I tell her that I have friends and stuff that went through it, and it's really hard. But how about you give us a little bit background on your music career, bro? Tell the people, tell the masses what it really takes to be a musician. I see you rocking the Supreme. Oh, that's not Supreme, it's Adidas. Well, he'll be rocking Supreme soon, but tell us what it's really like, bro.
What in general? What do you mean?
Well, like how it is out, because you were in Cali for a long time, and
Yeah.
you were, I want to say, successful in your
Yeah.
trip out there. You toured, you were playing in these venues, and you did a lot of stuff with the band that you were with. But like, how is the Hollywood scene?
The Hollywood scene is a trip. You have to understand these hubs, these music hubs. Everybody who believes they have talent and has the balls to get out of where they're from. That's the first step. Like, you have to be willing to go for it. That's number one. You have to be willing to dive headfirst into your passion, whatever it is, like music, whatever, even if it's like a sport or podcasting or even fucking, you want to become a professional fisher, you got to be out there on the boat fishing every fucking day. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. But the whole LA scene was a trip, man, because the thing about LA that's different from anywhere is that, well, I guess the city you have this, but in LA everything's sectioned off, and you have, all the homeless side, you have the lowest of the low, and you have the highest of the high, literally all in the same vicinity. And there's really not a lot of intermingling, It's pretty cut and dry the way if you're lucky enough to, it's all about connections. Let's be real. Connections, talent will get you far, and drive will get you far. But the goal is to put yourself out there to a point where you can make connections with people that can get you to where it is you want to get to. You know what I mean? Like, you can get there on your own, depending on how far you want to take it. At some point, everybody needs help from their friends. That's very important. If you choose to do it on your own, be prepared to walk a lonely road. I'll say that.
Like Green Day say, walk that lonely road.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That's
Damn.
Hollywood Boulevard, bro. That's Hollywood Boulevard. You would see.
We just got deep there.
Oh, dude. I live for this shit.
But the thing is, like, I see all these people, like, bash Long Island that the music scene is dead, that there's nothing here, and they have to make that trip out west, that's where it is. But I feel like it's pretty much like the gold mine now, where it's all used up. There's really nothing more you can take out of LA. I could be wrong, I don't know, I'm not a musician. But now it's to try to find the next hub, whether it be Nashville, whether it be Houston, whether it be Austin, where they're all big music cities, and they have this like come up now. Do you see yourself possibly like moving out to one of those cities, or are you thinking about trying to make it here in the concrete jungle, or going back to LA?
That's a good question, because before this pandemic thing, I was set to live in the city for a little while and just ride that wave. But ever since this started, it's given me a chance to, reflect and really think about things. And I hate using this as an excuse or a cop-out or whatever. It's not, but the state of the world is kind of dictating where my next move is going to be, in a sense. And the state of the world is kind of a giant question mark right now, because we don't know what the city's going to look like after this. We don't know what anywhere's going to look like. But I was thinking about Tennessee because I heard it's a beautiful place for art in general. I just want to be surrounded by art. I want to be surrounded by creative energy, because that fuels me, to want to go even harder. There's a lot of great places. Like you said, Houston. Austin's good too. Obviously, LA. LA's kind of,
It's kind of dried up.
It's really not what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Yeah.
I've heard the same thing from a couple of people.
It's a great place. It's a beautiful place. But
I wouldn't say beautiful anymore. I went on vacation. let me tell you this. We'll touch right back to the music thing, but I gotta tell you this, bro. I went to vacation in October, and I've been to LA before. I usually make I go on vacation there probably every year, because I love it as a vacation spot. I love Long Island as a home. Make that clear. But bro, it's disgusting now. I don't know what happened. I used to love going to Venice and like walk to Santa Monica, and used to be able to do it without being bothered. But the homeless people are so out of control.
They have a very big homeless problem.
And I'll tell you this. It's actually a quick story. I went on vacation, and me and my boy that I was with, Basil. Okay. I don't know. He's gonna be a guest on the podcast in 2 weeks. For all you who don't know, he's a doc. He works in a hospital now, so I want to get an insight of that. But we went out there, and like literally every 5 minutes, like the homeless people were even on the beach at this point. They were on the sand, and like they would not leave us alone. And I guess it's because you're in LA County, because we went to Long Beach and it was totally different.
Yeah.
And we happened to stroll through Skid Row by accident. If you haven't been to Skid Row, I know you have. It's literally like you're walking down a third world country. No joke.
Fucking nuts, dude. It's really, really nuts. It's very sad. It's a very sad place. The craziest part, like when I lived in LA, because it's so beautiful there, some people choose to be homeless and just live outside because they want to. And there is another element to that, as far as the homeless community goes, because I heard, like, when I was out there a year in, they had just closed down a lot of like mental health facilities. They cut a lot of funding, and a lot of places had to close down, and they just released these people in the streets without any care, without any supervision, and they have no choice because they're not being supported any other way, and they can't really support themselves. They just live on the street. They're shitting on the street. They get back into drugs or whatever it is, and it's very sad, dude. It's really sad.
It's sad. If anybody's going out to LA, definitely visit Santa Monica and Venice for the sake to say you went, because you have to visit it. It's such a historic spot. But if you're looking to chill on the beach or anything, I recommend going to, if you can make the drive out to Long Beach, go to Long Beach.
Yeah, very nice.
Visit the ship up there. I think it's the St. Martha, I think it is, right?
Yeah. St. Martha's.
Go to Hermosa Beach.
Very nice.
Beautiful place. There's a great shopping center right up the hill. And go to Malibu too if you have a chance. Go over the valley, because let me tell you something, Malibu is beautiful.
San Diego is very beautiful too.
San Diego is too. I was supposed to go out there, but we're gonna take a Greyhound down to San Diego, but the trip kind of got sidetracked because just did. And
would we like to touch on that?
that's a story. I can't. I know that's off topic.
Okay.
Only because there's an individual involved, and I don't know if it's clear to say or not. But that's it. We'll talk about that another time.
All right. Yeah. No problem.
But San Diego is supposed to be really nice.
Yeah. No, it's a very nice spot. When you were talking about that tour we did one tour where it was from San Diego all the way up to San Fran, so literally like the whole span of California. And then we ventured a little bit east. We hit parts of Nevada, New Mexico. New Mexico is gorgeous.
I heard New Mexico is really nice.
Very, very gorgeous place. What else? I don't even know, dude. We did this. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story real quick. Quick aside. We played one show where there were two people watching the whole thing. Like, the bar was packed, and we had two people vibing and watching. And I'm doing my thing because I'm the lead singer, so my job is to get the crowd involved. Make sure everyone's having a good time. And I'm like, yo guys, everybody come up, don't be scared, whatever, blah blah blah. And nobody listened. And I was like sad. I was like, damn, we suck, I guess. Like, we're not good. Only to find out later that it was a deaf convention.
Get
we literally
the fuck out.
Played to a room of deaf people. I swear to God, dude.
Wait. Did they not warn you? Did they not tell you ahead of time?
No. Like, we started playing, and then we saw, like, a huge crowd of people. There was probably, like, 50 people came in. And the bar was pretty big. They had the entertainment section right here, and the bar was like more toward the back with like a pool table and seating and stuff, and everybody was over there. And I'm like, wow, like all these people are coming in, that's awesome. And yeah, dude, we found out later on because we went to go mingle and this, that, and the third. Everybody was signing, and I was like, oh my God, they're all deaf.
Wait, but I get your side of it, and I get why you got fucked over there. Yeah. But my thing is, though, why would a bar book a band for a deaf crowd?
I don't know, dude. That's like irony. Like,
I don't even think it's irony. I think it's just a coincidence. I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is, bro. But it's hilarious. And
that's fucked.
It was a humbling experience. That's the number one thing, to bring it full circle back to what we were talking about before. Anybody who wants to do anything with themselves, the number one step is you have to, and I'm going to curse because I want to emphasize this point.
Go ahead, bro. It's uncut.
You have to fucking believe in yourself wholeheartedly. No matter if no one else does, you need to believe in yourself. Obviously, listen to critiques, listen to criticisms, because criticism is good. Like obviously you have these people that go on American Idol and they fucking suck balls. Like, they're not good at all. Everybody hypes them up and saying, oh my God, you're great. And then when they get told that they suck, they can't handle it. maybe those people aren't meant to be doing that, you know, like singing as a career. But what I'm saying is, like, if you feel like you're good enough, you are, like, 100%. And then you'll see as you go, like, as far as critiques or whatever. But that's the number one thing, is you need to believe in yourself with anything to actually make that first initial step to, you know, turn into diving headfirst into whatever it is your passion is. That's very important. Very, very fucking important. Because also, too, you can practice and you can get better. You know, some people don't want to put the work in. There's a lot of work that goes into doing anything. Like, that's life in general. Does that make sense?
No, it definitely does. And, like, to build off that, too, because, like, people don't realize how much work goes into making a podcast. And, like, they think it's just, oh, let me start it. But there's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that happen. I don't really talk about it because it's nobody's problem but mine.
Yeah.
So why burden people with that problem?
Oh, yeah.
But, like you said, you really got to you got to take criticism. Because I can tell you from when I first started to where I am now, 12 weeks in, I feel like I'm a lot better in my episodes. I mean, you can tell me I'm not, or you or whoever it is, you guys can comment. I'm never gonna take anything personal because that's part of growth. And not everyone can do this. It's different. Everyone can say I can do it, but once you're behind the mic and you're sitting there and you're like, I'm willing to put myself out there for everyone to hear, you're like, holy shit, this is actually real now. As I was just telling you before we started, I always get the pre-jitter nerves before I record because it's like this is like it. And for all you who don't know, like, my episodes, I like to keep my podcast as real as fuck.
Yeah, this is live. This is 100% live. Like, we haven't stopped talking since we started.
Yeah, and I don't edit anything.
Yeah.
So whatever I say, like, I might, like, edit the intro to put music behind it. Yeah. But besides that, nothing's edited. So me talking right now, like, if you made it all the way to 31 minutes and 33 seconds in, like, everything you've heard so far is, like, genuine us.
Yeah, off the cuff. Like, we'd be having this conversation even if there wasn't a microphone right here.
And that's what I'm trying, like, I always try to tell people, you want to be yourself. And, like, people are so worried about followers and this and that. And I was actually having a conversation with somebody about this before. You know, they're like, oh, but, like, what if people don't like my name or they don't like this? I'm like, you can't worry about that. You just gotta, if you 100% believe in your content and you love yourself, no matter what happens and you put it out there, the following is going to come.
100%. Like,
somebody's going to see your stuff, they relate to you or whatever it is, and they're going to be like, yo, this is it. Like, this is the vibe. I fucks with it. I'm going to listen to them, and I'm going to tell my friends. Because that's the hardest thing. Like, besides marketing the podcast, you get followers and stuff, it really is by mouth, ear, by, what's the expression? Word of mouth. There you go. Part of my foreign accent came out there. But word of mouth, you know, like, it's a humbling, it's a tough experience, but I love it. And I know you as a musician can definitely speak on it. And I know you're going through that right now. You're restarting, I don't want to say restarting your music career, but you have new things to make of it. You said you rekindled old flames with friends and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I know, like you were saying, your new project,
Saucy Blue.
I see you reconnecting with your friends, like I said, bro. Like,
no, it's a beautiful thing. I've come to the point where, see, this is, I'll give some tips. Ready? First of all, take any doubt and throw it the fuck out. Because doubt is not your friend. Fear is not your friend. That's what stops you from growing and evolving. That's number one. Number two, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know, I've done that a lot of my life, and you always wind up getting disappointed. So always have, if you want to make something your life and you want to incorporate other people, that doesn't mean you have to stop what you're doing. You collaborate, you keep doing that, and you do your own thing too. And do some more. Fuck it. Like, no one's stopping you from living the life that you want to live. That's number two. And number three, this was a good one. I just heard this. A friend of mine told me this, and it, like, blew my mind. Very profound, like some karate kid shit. He said, because he's a black belt in Taekwondo, and he was like, he said, think about it like this. Like, this is the perfect metaphor for life. Because you have to put the work in, you know. The whole time you're going from belt to belt, you know, learning like a martial art or something like that. Once you become a black belt, that's the beginning of your journey. as a martial artist. Like, all that other shit was just preparation for the rest of the journey. You might think you're a master when you get your black belt, but you just fucking started. And that's what I mean. Like, all this shit we're doing right now, like, putting out, something we love, living that life, doing something that we enjoy, and just putting it out because we want to. You have to be consistent. Like I said, take the doubt, throw it out. Don't let any outside opinions deter you from continuing on your journey. Because at some point, it's taken me a long time to feel comfortable enough to say that I'm good at what I do. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing music since I was 16, and I'm 26 now. So a solid 10 years of my life have been dedicated to practicing and getting better and playing out and exposing yourself to people. Even though, like, especially in, like, music, a lot of artists in general can be vulnerable in that aspect, but, you know, you want to be an entertainer, you got to be able to entertain. That's the key. And you have to be able to entertain at will.
That's true. When they say dance, you dance.
Exactly.
So let me put you on the spot.
Go ahead.
How about you sing something for us real quick? 10-second clip. You want to talk about on the spot entertainment? I'll put you on the spot.
All right, let's go.
All right, so right now, everybody, uncut, Dylan Brown with a 3 instead of a B, singing something that you think is, give it the people what they want to hear. Right. Entertain the masses.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Won't you go subscribe to me and Don Chepe?
There we go. There it is. I think that's how we should end it. I don't know about you, but this man brought the heat. He just
bro.
showed us what it takes to be an entertainer. I'm impressed. Let me tell you something. I've heard some things in my days. That was probably the most beautiful thing I've heard.
Chills? Did that give you chills?
Look at my arm right now.
Oh, dude, he's got
my hair is
bumps all over his arms. His hair is standing up right now.
My golden brown hair standing up. So, I think and with that being said, I think this is where, where it is. Dylan, what do you want to tell the people? What do you got going on? Where can you hear them? I know you told me before you had some things going on with some people who are famous on TikTok. You can talk about that so people know what you got going on in your projects.
Oh, yeah.
Where they can find you, everything. Let the people know.
We have a couple collaborations happening with TikTok superstar Kyle Culver. If you don't know him, go follow him on TikTok. He's a little bit better than your average e-boy. Well, very, very good guy. Very, very good. I've known him since he was like 7 years old.
I mean, I hope he's good. He has about 2 million followers.
I know.
Continue.
The proof's in the pudding. But as far as the music goes, everything, I'm streaming on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, what else? Amazon, YouTube, all that stuff. And you could check out my own personal stuff. That's Dylan Brown with a 3 instead of a B. That's how you find me on all social media platforms, at Dylan Brown with a 3 instead of a B. And go check out my latest project with Saucy Blue. You can follow us on at Saucy Blue Music on Instagram and all streaming platforms as well. Go check out our latest single called Waste My Time. We literally just dropped 2 days ago. And that's about it. Peace and love to everybody. Love yourself. Change your vibration, and you can change your reality. Vibrate peace, vibrate love, and you will welcome that into your life. Slowly but surely, but you will. And take that doubt and throw it the fuck out. And that's all I got to say.
Dylan, thank you for being here, buddy. Yeah, I love you.
Love you too.
You're a brother of mine. We've been through a lot of shit. Everyone who made it this far, thank you for bearing with us with the recording. Like I said, we lost power, but we do this for you. We all love you.
Nothing's stopping us. Nothing's stopping us.
Nothing. So the commitment's there. I say it all the time. You know where to find me. You can find me on Twitter at TheRealDon'tChepe. On Instagram at TalksWithChepe. Find me on YouTube Talks with Chepe. I'm on Spotify, Talks with Chepe. And you can find me on Facebook, Willie Flores. Talk to me. I love hearing from you guys. Every time you guys interact with me, it fills my heart with love and joy. Next week, we have another wonderful guest. Her name is Renee. She is a love guru. She's going to sit down with me to talk about love. I made an episode about it about 3 weeks ago where I gave my perspective. But now we're going to hear the perspective from the love guru, from the girl. And we'll go from there. So thank you for everyone for tuning in. I love you. Dylan, I love you again.
I love you too.
And stay safe, everybody. Bye.